Hey guys, this is Ian with another Pro Dota commentary, and I'm super excited for this game today.
Hello and welcome to this audio commentary done by Darksam. What's up, Dota?
Hello and welcome to another audio commentary done by Luminous.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Lazarus here, and this is another Dota game.
Hello everybody, this is Phantom, and welcome to another English Dota audio commentary.
Hey guys, this is Stalker bringing you another Pro Dota commentary.
Hello guys, this is Jack, and I am back for another Dota cast.
Hey everyone, this is Luminous coming at you with another Pro Dota commentary, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. And usually I do a full commentary of, what you see on the screen, the team fights, analysis, blah blah blah. I'm going to take things a little bit differently today, and I'm going to just focus on one hero and one player. I'm just going to use my camera and follow that player and follow that hero around. And hopefully we're going to, by the end of this commentary, we all have a better understanding of what this hero do. Why does he do the things that he does, and what we could be learning from it. So I'm gonna be focusing on Lion today, and as you know, I am predominantly a support player, but today's Lion we're gonna be looking at a solo mid line, and it seems like not many people know what a solo mid line should be doing, how it's supposed to be played, and how is it to be played effectively. And speaking of Lion, if you ever want to do watch a good Lion replay, you gotta check out EHome. EHome has, generally when we talk about MYM or something, when you think of a Lion, you think pushers automatically playing it. On the other regard is that EHome, like when you pick a Lion, you have no idea how they're gonna which player is gonna play the Lion, because generally all of their players could play Lion. I know J has a great line. X has oh my god, X line is crazy. We have seen a Burning play Lion. Of course, 820 plays a great line as well. So, all of these players could play a line. It is a solo mid line. That is up the specialty of X. He is the solo mid line, mostly to counter enemy storms and whatnot. And the reason I'm not going to be talking about too much of the team analysis or whatnot is that today, again, the commentary is a little bit different. Give me some feedback of what you guys think of how this is going to turn out, because of course I won't be doing all the commentaries like this in the future, but I think it's once in a while to analyze what a hero does and why they do it in a certain way would be pretty good. And of course, before the game starts, I'm gonna pause this real fast. There won't be MP3 release for this commentary in particular, because I will be speeding through X, probably due out if there's not much to talk about. And one really important thing is that when the picks are done, you buy your items and whatever. You gotta look at the other team real fast, because as a Lion player, as a solo mid Lion player, your thing your primary goal is to get your dagger as fast as possible, and then once you get your blink dagger, you should be ganking very very well, because you do have high burst damage and you could pick on a lot of heroes on the other team. So looking at the other team, you have an Alchemist, you have a Storm Spirit, you have a Necrolite, a Witch Doctor, and a Crystal Maiden. Now 3 of these 5 heroes are easy food for you. Of course, the Lion is predominantly a counter pick to Storm, so because of his ability to blink in a Hex immediately, there's no way the Storm to get out. And coupled with some chain stun and high burst damage from the Finger of Death, the Lion will be able to pick off the Witch Doctor. And keep in mind that since the Lion is going to be solo mid, you will have a level advantage over the heroes such as Witch Doctors, such as Crystal Maiden, who will spend a lot of their times running around in the forest, warding, ganking. So because of this, Lion will have a great level advantage, and your spells will do a lot of damage. So as a Lion player, you have to really keep in mind, when a CM runs at you as a solo mid Lion, you definitely have the upper hand. You could kill the CM or the Witch Doctor quite quickly. And to keep the other things in mind is that you really have to have great control of your mana management. I'll talk about that more as the game progresses later, but keep in mind that as a Lion player, you have to really know who is in charge, which is yourself. Lion player solo mid is always almost in charge of a gank through his blink dagger. So with that, I'm gonna be unpausing and of course there is no really MP3, so I'm not gonna do my usual countdown. And look at what this line. I'm gonna go to, of course, Lion's point of view to not have map hack on, of course, because when you're playing, you don't have map hack. One thing about solo mid is that look at the restorative item that the Demon Witches has. He has a set of tangles and a healing salve and no clarity. Generally, you do see Lion solo mid carry at least 1 or 2 clarity, so he can spam his impale. This means that from the looks of it, this Lion won't be roaming as much. He'll be sitting in lane and mostly using a passive regain for his mana, and just use healing salve and ancient tangles for just laning purposes. So he is not going to be ganking too much, and generally that's what you need to get against another solo mid Storm, because if you're going to be ganking, that Storm is going to have a lot of free farm time. Of course, this is a conscious decision made by his team, made by EHome's team, so he's not doing anything by himself here. So one thing I really have to point out is that as a solo mid line or any solo mid hero, if you have ward on your team, you really gotta check at runes every 2 minutes. So of course, he already know there's a double damage rune thanks to the warding on the bottom, and of course there is going to be a Storm Spirit solo mid. First thing when you see an enemy hero on mid lane, or any lane for that matter, is you take your cursor off your hero, click on the enemy hero, and let's see what items they have, because depending on the items that they have, you will play a little bit differently. If it's a pub game where they went bottle first or boots first, you know that they don't have a lot of base damage, don't have a lot of base HP, so you could harass very effectively. And notice this thing that he just did here, where Lion impaled a creep. He was hoping that his impale, he of course clicked on the ground, he was hoping that the impale would get the creep and the harass on the Storm Spirit. Unfortunately, that didn't work out because he was fogged a little bit and didn't get a good position on the Storm Spirit. But as this game progresses on the laning phase, you will see the line using impale to get creeps and the Storm Spirit at the same time. A lot of newer players have seen just user impale just solely on the heroes, and you could use to harass and creep at the same time. Let's see if these 2 creeps are lining up pretty well. He will do it with the Storm Spirit. There we go. And this is exactly what I mean here. Got a couple hits off on the Storm Spirit and got 2 creep kills through that. So try to, of course, this is not a line specific tip, but try to use your nukes or stuns. If they're AoE, try to hit the enemy heroes and the creeps at the same time. So of course, I was talking about mana management earlier. Oh, real fast, you see that the clock has turned 2 minutes, so you have to look at the rune spot. Of course, no ward up here, but there is an invisible rune here, and I'm sure both players at mid already know that there's an invis rune mid. See, I don't even know there's a ward on the other team, but let me take a peek real fast. Yeah, there is a ward on the other team, so he does know. The Storm Spirit on the other side does know there's an Vengeful Spirit coming in. So because of that, that Storm Spirit is hiding safely behind her tower. I mean, this act alone allowed the Witch Doctor just to free farm here. And if you're just joining us here, I'm not going to be looking at the other lanes all too much, because I am going to be focusing this commentary specifically on the Demon Witch solo mid here. So of course, the skill build of the solo mid Demon Witch is going to be max impale by 7. Pick up your level of voodoo whenever you can, and of course you pick up Lion. And a very strange item you might be thinking is, why did he go for the Boots of Speed? Of course, the bottle is generally a very common item. 2 creeps line up, impale, give me no nice impale. I was gonna think he would impale and get the 2 creeps and the Storm Spirit here, but never mind that. Yeah, the reason he went for the Boost of Speed is the same reason why he got 2 Tangles and 2 Healing Salve, is that he's not going to spend a lot of time skanking. And the bottle is a very good tool for ganking. He is going to just rush to his Intreads. And besides, if you look at his HP and mana, he's sitting at full a lot of times. He is really out harassing, as we see more harassing Impale. Notice that he didn't even go for the creeps. Just want to get a couple more hits on the Storm Spirit. Yeah, so definitely he's going for the fast treads, because he won't be really ganking. He just wants the extra mana from the Intreads. And once he picks the extra mana and extra damage from the Intreads, he will have a lot easier time in controlling this lane, and ramping up to a good mid game. As you see there, the Lion player used the Impale and cancel the animation, trying to juke out the Storm Spirit a little bit. And just to check the last a little bit, you can see the X here will lasting quite well. Let me check real fast. X is at 19 and 9. As we see at first blood elsewhere, but I don't care about that. And this Storm Spirit is getting severely outlane here, as you see the Lion just doing a pretty good job just harassing him through impales. And you can see that he's keeping his mana very, very high. And I was going to talk about some mana management earlier. And you have to really know, as any hero really, you have to really know how much mana cost does your spell take in each and every level. As we see another nice impale for the creep and for the thing. And I'm sorry, even I forgot to check the runes at the 4-minute mark, but there is a double damage rune, and he will probably go mid or go top. Now, you noticed earlier that there is a Crystal Maiden that just poured in, and of course we don't see the Crystal Maiden anymore, so you have to be really very wary. As we Crystal Maiden just passing by here, you have to be really wary if you see someone TPing like that. Definitely they are trying to gank you, so you gotta be very, very careful. Now we do see the line as well, so the solo mid Witch Doctor, he is level 6, and this is where the mana management comes in. Mana management, this is really hard for me to say for whatever reason. Is that you gotta know what all your spells, in each level, how much it costs. Of course, level 1 Finger of Death costs 200 mana, excuse me. A level 3 Impale costs 145 mana, and you actually have to know how much damage each spell does too, because one thing about Lion is that sometimes you don't want them to leave at 0 HP. You gotta really do some quick Asian math in terms of damage calculation. Level 3 Impale, I believe, does 200 damage, and of course your Finger of Death does 500 damage. So you're seeing a 700 damage burst nuke. Of course, the enemy hero will reduce that by 25%. Looks like we do see the Power Trust Intelligence here, and this is exactly what I mean. Look at his mana; it's kept very, very high. He will have his mana 345 to do his entire combo. Of course, he could stick a Voodoo in as well. Level 2 Voodoo will cost 140 mana, and you might be thinking like, how the fuck does Luminous know this? And this is what I mean. Like, I play Lion a lot, so I know every level how Lion builds up in terms of his mana cost and his damage. He sees a Crystal Maiden. There is a pull on him. This is a place where a lot of players will panic here. You do know that Lion high burst damage, picks off the Crystal Maiden, pops itself immediately, and returns to safety. So the Invis rune from the Storm Spirit didn't even get the gank off. So that was very, very well played by the Lions. That as a Lion player, you generally know that you are the boss in terms of when it turns level 6. You are the most dangerous hero on the map, even against a 2v1 gank. In a situation like this, if you think you're gonna die, just throw out all your nukes before you die. You never know what's gonna happen. Of course, this X here, very, very skilled player. He did a lot of damage in a very short amount of time, which of course he fingered the Lion very, very nicely. That sounded very wrong, but Impale Finger killed the Crystal Maiden very, very quickly, and then immediately pop out itself into the into the tree juke over here. So really well done by the Lion player so far. With that, he is definitely dominating lane. He is picked up level 8, so I mean, he is really, really dominating lane. Of course, he did not buy this Observer Ward, but notice how he's placing Observer. All these Observer Wards, he's placed very, very close to mid. Of course, the disc does give them some defensive coverage in counter to gank. There is a magic stick on the ground, and is he waiting for the what? Destroy that magic stick, please. Not too sure what's going on. It's the 8-minute mark. Let's check the rune. There is a top rune, so Lion immediately checking the minimap will be going at top. Let's see if he's gonna use the Invis rune and gank top. Yeah, he is gonna gank top. And now he's transitioning a little bit off in terms of just staying mid and counter the Storm Spirit. But he does have the Invis rune, and probably top lane does a little bit out. Sees a Witch Doctor, and that Witch Doctor is gonna get chain stun to death here. And they didn't even wait that wasn't even the most perfect chain stun, but it didn't matter. They got off. They got the Witch Doctor kill. So good job there. And again, mana management is that I'm gonna give you the skill set one more time. Is that at level, I think at level 9, when you need level 4 of both spells and a Finger of Death. Level 4 Voodoo costs 200 mana. Level 4 Impale costs 170 mana, and level 1 Finger of Death costs 200. No, level 1 the Finger of Death costs 200 mana. Yeah, so you're looking at 570 mana,